Right, let's take you through a very tragic story coming in from Telangana that's really shaken the conscience of this country. This story has really shook the conscience of India. 300 stray dogs allegedly killed on the orders of 2 elected sarpanchs in Telangana. Police have booked cases against 9 people. Nobody have been arrested so far. 300 stray dogs killed intentionally. In fact, sarpanch, 2 of them have been booked, and many from the village have been also been registered in the complaint, but no arrests have happened so far. This incident happened at the Shampet and Arepalli villages in Hanumakonda district of Telangana. All of the 9 accused here have been accused of killing around 300 stray dogs using lethal poisonous injections. Police say 2 individuals were hired and paid to carry out these killings. Investigators say that they were left horrified after discovering the remains of nearly 300 dogs who were killed in a span of just 3 days. It happened on the 6th of January till the 8th. 3 days they continue this process of injecting poisonous substance into these stray dogs and killing them. Local animal welfare activists Farzana Begum and Adulapuram Gautam they were the ones who alerted the Shampet police, alerting them of this mass animal cruelty that was believed to have happened between 6th of January and 8th of Jan. The incident came to light on Sunday when police, along with veterinary doctors, visited the villages there, conducted post-mortem on the buried carcasses. Police say the representatives of the Stray Animal Foundation of India, that's an NGO that's based in Karimnagar district in Telangana, they lodged the complaint stating that hundreds of stray dogs were killed within the Shampet and Arepalli Gram Panchayat. In fact, they say that the animals were administered lethal injections by 2 hired individuals who were paid to do this. Seeking action against those responsible, the complainant has demanded that the government implement animal birth control measures. In fact, if that was done earlier, we wouldn't have seen this fate. Animal welfare programs are mandatory. They've got to be sterilized, vaccinated before they are sent back to the same habitat. Village elders, though, are refusing this case against them. They, in fact, question the basis of this complaint altogether. The villagers say that action was, if at all civic authorities had responded to their complaints of stray dog menace, then they wouldn't have taken this action at all. They claim the action was taken in response to public demand during the sarpanch elections, arguing that the rising stray dog population has become quite a nuisance and a safety concern for their villages there, and therefore they took this extreme step. Remember, this incident is not happening in isolation. At this very moment, the Supreme Court is hearing multiple petitions on stray dog attacks, particularly incidents involving children and senior citizens. Let's be clear, India does have a stray dog problem. We have nearly 60 million stray dogs. Dog bites are real. The fear is real. People have died. The court has asked civic bodies to clear stray dogs from public spaces. In fact, that also sparked a lot of outrage from animal welfare activists, saying this would lead to more vilification or targeting or cruelty against animals. In fact, there was a lot of backlash, after which the Supreme Court later heard this matter again and modified their earlier order, calling instead for dogs to be sterilized, dewormed, vaccinated before being released back to the same location that they were collected from, except in cases of those dogs involving rabies. But that said, while the Supreme Court is hearing this matter on one hand, here you have cases of cruelty against dogs rising. And here in Telangana, this was mass cruelty. And we do agree this is unforgivable, no matter what the reason is, to take law into your own hands and kill stray dogs, voiceless animals, and in such a mass way is appalling. We're looking at dogs also having some rights. As you do know, dogs in India are protected under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. Under the animal birth control rules, only sterilization and vaccination are permitted. Killing is not by any mob, not by sarpanch, not by anyone. But here we're looking at a real shocking case that's come to light that leaves us stunned that this went on as if it was so casual, and even more shocking is that there's been no arrest made. Farzana Begum, who's the complainant in this case, Hanamkonda stray dog case, and the dog feeder, joins us live. We also have Hanumanta Rao, Animal Cruelty Officer, Asra NGO Telangana. We also have Anuradha Ravindra, animal rights activist and co-founder of Prana Animal Foundation, and Ritika Goyal, who's a animal activist. She's an advocate herself. Thanks very much, all of you, for joining us. Begum ji, Farzana Begum, you want to talk to us? I'd start with you. How did you find out? आप English बात करते हैं?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Would have been nice to see your face, Farzana.
No, I just use the niqab everywhere outside, so it's not allowed for me.
Okay. Can you tell us what you saw? You've raised this complaint with the police. You've registered the complaint. You found out that nearly 300 stray dogs were killed. How were they killed? What injections were given to these dogs? How did you find out?
Actually, on the day 7th, I have got a call from another NGO member. So she said that there are some, in the audios and videos I have received, I got the information that there are some dogs which are killed and they are planning to kill some other dogs also. So along with my team members and my NGO member, Gautam ji, I went there and found out that there are many dogs that are killed and buried. So I immediately went along with Gautam sir and filed the case against the sarpanch. We got to know that people around the village were frightened about the dogs and monkeys all over there. So they asked the sarpanch that if you kill the dogs or remove the dogs from the area, we will be voting you. So for the votes, the sarpanch along with other 7 members made this conspiracy and killed the dog by and on the day of 9th we have filed the case, and on 10th the police did the investigation. They have done the postmortem, and in the postmortem result it was found that they were given poisonous injections to the dogs in order to kill them.
Rao, sir, could you tell us a little more? You know, we would say at one point that villagers were absolutely desperate, but this kind of desperation leading to culling of 300 animals, we don't approve of, and the laws also very rightly protects animals of all kinds. Then how did this happen? What would be your view on this? And no arrests. That's what's all the more shocking. No arrest.
Yeah. So the first thing is making the people aware of the laws. The administration has been failed in that. Various panchayats and municipalities, they were not able to educate about the animal rights. So it is not just in one place this is happening. It's been happening everywhere. Almost like 20 days back, 800 dogs were killed in Vijayawada, near Vijayawada, Velagaleru village in Andhra Pradesh. We went there, we investigated the case, and everyone says that because of the dog menace. And the sarpanches, they want to be great heroes by eliminating their dogs in the villages. And they collected money and hired contract killers and used the same lethal injections and then killed and buried all of them. So everywhere, and again, now it's becoming a political agenda. Something like, you know, if someone wants to win elections, so if they eliminate the dogs from the streets, colonies, villages, that is how they wanted to get the votes of the people, by impressing them, by eliminating the dogs. So everywhere we see this particular, the election agenda, and then they're trying to impress the people. So that's how these poor animals are being killed. And the police is not taking the action. And it was a very tough time and difficult, and it was very hard to get the FIR filed in this particular 300 dogs case. So
Police refused to take the FIR.
Yeah, it has been registered now after so much struggle. It's not just when Farjana or Gautam approached the police, they did not immediately do it. They were not ready to take even the complaint. Of course, they have taken the complaint, but not ready to register the FIR. After so much struggle and spending so much time in the police station, it has been registered. And so far, the the administration has not taken any action like suspending them or arresting them. There is nothing. Nothing happened. They say the investigation is in progress. So the main thing is they have to educate the people. They have to create an awareness programs saying that animals do have rights, like humans do have rights, and no one has the right to kill. If someone kills, they have to have the punishments, and the punishment should be stronger, where the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act should be amended in the parliament to have more fines and the imprisonment.
What does the current law really say? Would you be able to give us a sense? Ritika Goyal, would you want to come in on that? What does the Animal Cruelty Act really say? Is it stringent enough to hold people accountable if they are, harming one dog aside, here is 300 dogs being intentionally put to sleep.
Absolutely. But first, I would really like to thank ma'am for what you did. This is extremely, extremely crucial. What steps you've taken, you've uncovered this entire massacre. It's going to really, really help the animal welfare activist people to fight, to bring it forward to the Supreme Court. With respect to the laws, no. If I'm not wrong, the bill is still pending. We wanted to change the no more 50. It's still stuck. There's nothing really happened. And the next conversation that we had was for a national policy, for which we have an ongoing hearing at the Supreme Court. We really don't know when that's going to get over. And the second thing is that I believe that there's a trickle-down effect. When you see that from the center, we're being very insensitive with respect to dogs, we're being very unreasonable. It gives a lot of strength and encouragement to the political parties or leaders to use that and tap into that, which is exactly what happened, right? That if you remove or kill the dogs, we will vote for you. So we really, really need strong laws. HAVO was one of the programs that was conducted, but I don't think it's conducted anymore. Even though when police trainings happen, they are thought about animal welfare laws, but nobody really knows how to implement. It's so sad to hear that even though the entire nation is standing up for community animals, they still refuse to take in the complaint and register an FIR. But you know
That's
what?
where it becomes a tricky situation, because even the police, I presume, are confused on where to draw the line between human rights and animal rights.
Absolutely. And one thing I would definitely like to tell you from my experience is that whenever an animal welfare activist goes to any police station that does not have a record of any animal cruelty, what the cops do is when they take in the complaint, they go to the database and they look for what section, what. Now, this database that we're talking about only and only has civil cases. It does not have animal cruelty cases. So cops don't know what to do. And in front of me, I've seen so many times cops are calling another cops and saying, hey, what section is this? What is this? So there's no awareness. The data reference itself is so not correct with the entire police system, which is why they refuse to take in complaints and they to convert that into NFI because they don't know what to do, who to go. So yeah, we definitely do. I know that there are a lot of NGOs and organizations and really amazing animal welfare activists who are conducting police training, but we need more of that and we need regular basis. But again, Supreme Court, we really, really need you to make the laws stricter. Otherwise, it's just going to get chaos. Today, these are animals. Tomorrow, they could be kids. They could be children. So that's my take.
But as much as we would blame the villagers, which we should, this is a state failure, entirely the state's failure. Aniruddha Ravindra, your take on this, on the Telangana government overlooking the animal birth control program, even though the Supreme Court in the last few months, and it's been quite a while now, the Supreme Court is going back and forth, hearing multiple petitions. And one thing, as much as there was outrage on the Supreme Court's order to blindly move away stray dogs from public places, they've also very clearly stressed time and again on animal birth control programs that need to be implemented in grassroots. But states are failing so miserably.
States have failed. Already they have failed. That is why we have so many dogs in first place, because they couldn't control the population. And coming to the second point, This is what going to happen when they give this kind of orders are being passed where people don't know what to do. So the killing becomes a norm. So it becomes very normal. So today, even if they have filed this FIR, what is the next step? What is going to happen? After charge sheet, even if they are fined, it is going to be around 10 to 50 rupees of fine. That is what the PCA Act says. Under BNS 325, even if you go there, there is an imprisonment of 6 months or fine. So who isn't able to pay like 50, 100 or even 10,000 rupees today is not a big amount. So this is how the animal cruelty is. Before we amend the laws to take away the dogs, we have to amend the PCA, prevention of cruelty towards animal. First, we need to focus on that. Today dogs, tomorrow monkeys, and tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we are talking about tigers. So that is how it is going to become. Because there is no law and order situation. Only the order is being passed without the scientific backed evidences, without the scientific
Since
proof
you
of what to
said
do.
today, tomorrow, monkeys, and then something else, the Supreme Court also said something like, if y'all are so worried about, if you're really being so, empathetic about dogs, then even chickens and goats also have life. Why aren't you showing the same empathy there? What would be your response to that?
Definitely, we are showing all kinds of empathy to all the animals. These are free-ranging animals. Free-ranging animals are different to cattle, or be it with goats or other chicken or something like that. The economical factor is way too much when we talk about goat, chicken, and cattle. So we have to understand that line. See, that is the reason why we are being here, sitting here and talking about this, because Supreme Court has to ask the question where there has to be some kind of evidences back, or they should know what they are talking about. If the questions are like this, or when we are talking about goat, chicken, and all, then definitely there is going to be no other problem. If we take out all the dogs from the road tomorrow, we will have a lot of monkeys in same Telangana region itself, in same rural part of Bangalore, in Delhi, everywhere we are going to have. If in probably you only reported the case where a monkey attacked a woman in Rajasthan or Uttar Pradesh, somewhere it happened, and she was brutally bitten. So what are you going to do about the monkeys tomorrow? And monkeys come under 1972 Act, Wildlife Act.
You're
It
saying
doesn't even
dogs
come under
chase away
PC.
monkeys?
100%. That is how the balance is happening. So probably we should understand all these things before we come to pass an order, or like the political parties pleasing someone, pleasing the public by all these kinds of things. Much
Okay,
more better
so
is education drive.
no, but that's the thing. Now, what drive? What education drive? How can you teach empathy to people?
You don't have to
It,
teach
it comes
empathy towards
naturally. It
no,
should
you
be
don't
the
have to teach.
agency's responsibility to implement animal birth control programs.
See,
I remember
today,
from my
today the
early days of
countries.
journalism, it's been 16 years. Ritika has been doing the groundwork. I've been covering it. It's 16 years since my start of journalistic career that I have been reporting on how the ABC program in Karnataka has failed. And today, I don't
100%.
know
See,
if how
that
far
is the
have we
state
come? Ritika,
failure.
how far have we come after 16 years?
Just added 2-3 more centers with no facilities, with no timely payment, with no trained staff, with I don't know what's happening with license. It's just that we've increased the number, but the problem is still the same. And
So
as
that
far
is
as I know, this area that's killed so many dogs, the panchayat area, I don't see them having any
So if this is
ABCs.
the state of
correct.
Karnataka, in Telangana, I think they've not even begun the process.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't even, the villagers sadly don't even know what an ABC program is. Farzana Begum, would you tell us if the villagers are aware there is something called an animal birth control program? Are dogs even, sterilized in that area at all, or is it just few dogs that are ignored, the rest are dealt with? What's the scenario there? What drove them to that level of killing 300 dogs?
The villagers do not know anything about ABC program. They were questioning us that why do we have to not kill the dogs if they are hurting us, if they are biting us. They were reversely questioning us. So they were completely unaware of ABC programs, birth control or sterilization or any rabies injection. All they wanted was to remove the dogs from the village. So at first, I recommend that there should be awareness program among the villagers where they get to know about the ABC programs and they can take the help of municipality people where they can control the number of growing dogs population.
Hanumanta, I want you to give a little sense of how Telangana deals with animal birth control programs. It's very shocking that the state has not even ventured into these areas. You know, what civic bodies is only meant for Hyderabad. What happens to other areas, tier 2, tier 3 cities and villages? Who deals with that?
Listen.
There are a lot of private NGOs whose main intention is to earn money by having ABC control kind of hospitals. Okay, so there is no proper cleaning, there is no proper administration that's being done here. People are interested to earn money, and they have not been doing that. That's number one. And number two, we are talking about these 300 dogs killed by villagers. What about many of every day the dogs are being indirectly killed in the ABC centers?
Yeah.
We have seen recently more than 10 dogs have been died in the Amberpet ABC center within the Hyderabad city, and we have such ABC centers of 5 in Hyderabad. And the one of the GHMC worker who has been working since 20 years in that particular ABC center, he could not control how the dogs are dying for the last 2 months after the recent Honorable Supreme Court order. And then he came out and he told everything in the press meet, saying that every day, almost on an average, more than 10 dogs are dying because once you start putting them inside, they're not having the proper food and they don't eat at all because of the trauma and depression because they are caged for a long time. We're talking about the illiterate villagers. Now here, when you talk about the ABC centers, we have deputy directors of the veterinary department, we have the veterinary doctors, veterinary officers, all are educated. They know about the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, where animals should not be put in the long-term confinement, not more than 7 days. Because these are the ABC centers, the maximum possible number of days.
So if government agencies are committing this crime, then why will they even arrest people from villages? They themselves are feeling guilty that they are not doing the job. That's why they're not arresting these people.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
There is no provision for arrest.
The only way is when people
There's no provision for arrest, Aniruddha?
There is no provision for arrest in animal cruelty. It is a station bail.
I mean, 300 dogs, we're talking about mass culling. Even then.
Even then, yes. That is what it is. That is what PCA is.
Ritika?
They can get an anticipatory bail, but this can still be challenged. I mean, they still have to file a charge sheet. They still have to do the merger. They still have to do all of that. And I think it'll take about 90 days for them to file a charge sheet, but they have to file a charge sheet. There's a window to it, after which it has to go to the ACP for checking, and then it'll go to the magistrate court. So it will happen. I think the complaint has been submitted. The FIR will only be done once and when, the investigation is done. So there'll be witness involved. You have to go over there. Post-mortem reports have to be submitted, etc., etc. Only after that, they'll go to the next step of, filing the FIR, then filing the charge sheet, then going to ACP for a verification, then move to the magistrate court. But it will happen. It'll take 90 days. 60 to 90 days, it will happen.
Yeah,
but they have to.
Farzana Begum, you're in the area, you're meeting with the locals. Has there been a real security threat for them? These dogs were multiplying in numbers. Was it out of control? What really drove them to this extreme?
Yes, actually there were a lot of dogs and monkeys over there. So they were feeling threatened about being bitten by these dogs. So they informed their sarpanchs that we will give votes to you if only these dogs are removed from our village. So by hook or crook, the sarpanchs didn't think about the consequences and killed them brutally. And talking about the ABC centers, I really want to give a statement about that.
Yeah.
There is a monitoring committee according to ABC Rules 2023, which is made in March, about monitoring committee, where a monitoring committee should be formed in order to look over the ABC centers, how the bowls are there, how the kennels are there, what are the injections they are giving, in what amount they are given, and what is the place in the food is prepared in the kitchen, what type of food is prepared, and the medication area. There is a monitoring committee that has to be prepared, and we have also given this letter in to a commissioner, Chahat Bajpai ji, and she said that she is going to form that. So in every area, ABC center, in ABC centers, many dogs are killed. So in order to know that, monitoring committee is to be formed. I really want everyone should get about this, aware of this
Can I
monitoring committee. What
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
monitoring?
Ritika?
Sorry, may I just add one more thing? So I would also recommend that the animal welfare team also walks up to the district collector, because it's a district collector's job and duty also to take immediate action against the panchayat.
Correct.
So if you haven't, then I would request, and if you need any help, please do get in touch with me. I would love to help. But please approach your district collector. He is bound to take strict action against the panchayat for this. I
And
just
then
wanted to add that.
who takes
Extremely
action
important.
against the civic bodies for not delivering ABC programs?
That also will come under the district collector. He will have to take, he has to be notified. Please go meet him. Submit a copy of your complaint, your acknowledgement number that you would have
You
probably
take this
gotten.
video link of this show and please forward it to them. We'll follow up on this
Yes.
case. You know, this is
Yes, please.
this is really
Yes.
heartbreaking to see. I understand there is a perception of threat for villagers, but this was not the way that they should have dealt with it. And if anything, the civic bodies have not even reached out to these remote areas. These villages feel very cut off from the actual city limits, and rightly so. They have nobody even checking the stray dog menace in their area, and that's what it's come down to. Thanks very much. I will surely shed the spotlight on this story in the days to come. Thank you.